cars listed for auction for 34, but they're selling for 46?
I'm sorry, 34.5, and then they're listing it for 46. When I looked up the Carfax and MMR, they're saying the retails are between 42 and 46.
Okay, what year?
2024.
2024s?
7,000 miles, yeah.
7,000 miles. And you can buy them for 34?
That's what I'm. If it is, I'm about to buy right now. I'm asking you, are they good sales? I mean, do they sell well?
They do sell well, but you just got to keep in mind. I mean, 2024s now are good buys because they're no longer new cars, in the sense that if there were 2024 new GLBs left over, Mercedes-Benz no longer considers them to be a new car. Therefore, they can't be leased. Right? Your biggest concern ever buying a car like that would be, do I have to sell it up against new cars? You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So,
no sunroof on this one, though. I don't know if that matters. I know it matters with us. Everybody asks for that.
yeah, I mean, it's not ideal. I mean, are they all no sunroof cars?
This stuff, two of them aren't. So it's just crazy to me that if a franchise store can't sell it, I'm skeptical, right? So just making sure that.
Well, yeah. What do you have the last 7 of the VIN of one of them?
Yeah. So we have. It's going to be Walter.
Okay, so Starling Blue Metallic, AMG line. Okay, so Distronic. This is a pretty decently equipped one. 50,920. Look, if you could.
I don't get why they're selling it for 34.5. That just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm just making sure that there's no nothing that's hidden in within Mercedes that, if I buy this right now, then I won't be stuck with it for 10 years.
So this was a former loaner car. All right, so they use it as a loaner car. They've probably written it down pretty heavily. Looks like let's see, when did it become a loaner? It became a loaner in April of 2024. And then they took it out of loaner on January 31st. So they used this one as a loaner for quite a while. This was in there for like 7.5 months. All right. So you got to figure that every dealership's different, but let's say they write the car down 2%, right? They're writing it down $1,000 a month for 7 months, plus any other additional money that they get from Mercedes-Benz to operate a loaner car department. It's not unreasonable to think that they might own it for about what they're trying to sell it for to you.
So is there that much upside on this? You're talking about 10 grand. I mean, I'll buy them all right now.
Look, these don't sell in the mid 40s, I don't think. Okay. I think these are 40. Yeah. These are $40,000 cars would be my guess.
Okay.
I mean, so I think there's still good upside there. And I know it might seem a little crazy, but I've had this conversation with George before where sometimes it's much harder to sell a car like this as a Mercedes-Benz dealer than it would be for an independent to sell it.
That's crazy.
Because if I sell it, then the expectation from the consumer is that it's going to be certified. Okay. And if it's certified, that costs me money, right? There's a cost to the inspection, to certifying the car, and to the warranty itself. And I'm also now competing with other Mercedes-Benz stores. Whereas for you, you can kind of undercut the price a little bit, and it just seems like a better deal for whatever reason because it's at an independent lot, right? Consumers are funny like that. I mean, just look at the video that I made the other day about the Toyota used car market. Like, the Toyotas can't be transacting for $1,000 or $2,000 below MSRPs of cars that are 3 years newer unless people don't consider all the information available to them when they shop for a used car. And that's just what happens with cars like this, is that sometimes if it's at the franchise dealer that it's associated with, people just have different expectations for it than if it's at an independent lot.
And so I don't buy Hondas and Toyotas, Doug, just because I don't make that much back end. And also, like, they just sit forever, right? Like, everybody knows as an independent dealer, you don't buy new, like, anything 2023 and above with less than 30,000 miles, 40,000 miles. You're not making, there's literally no front end. Like, literally, some of the Honda stores and Toyota stores sell them less than what retailers, just so they can add everything on the back end, right? So I don't know if this is one of those things on the Mercedes. That's good to know, man. Maybe these are just ones that people are like, hey, you're going to certify it. If not, then, it is what it is, right? So
Look, they also might have a term policy, right? You don't know. They could have a term policy. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense. How many miles does it have on it?
7,000 miles.
7,000 miles. Yeah, right off the rip, AccuTrade hits it at 35 with the target auction of 37. Target retail of 40,275. Well, hold up, that's without knowing AMG line. Never mind. 36 is the instant offer now that it's got AMG line.
And so, does the retail change on that or no?
Yeah, it goes up by 1,000, 41,275.
I'll go ahead and buy this.
Yeah, dude, buy it all day long. Look, if the car aged out on them, right? They retired it from loaner on January 31st, so it's been 5 months. They might have a hard turn policy where the corporate says, "Hey, you got to get rid of it."
I'm gonna start buying from this then, dude. If that's the case, oh, dude, I got a new strategy.
There you go, buddy. What auction is this, by the way?
Manheim.
Interesting.
Okay. Now don't go be buying and bidding everything, man. Damn.
No, I don't have a use for a 2-wheel drive GLB with no sunroof, but that's all you, buddy.